Welcome back, everybody. We broke out the tractor today. I think we've got it set up in kind of the perfect ultimate land clearing cleanup type mode. We've got our Ironcraft 48-inch root grapple on the front, and we've got our brush hog on the back. And today we're working on cleaning up the area you see behind me. We've got a garden bed we didn't plant this year. We're going to clean that up first, and then we're going to dig into some brush, start moving some big rocks, and just kind of neaten up the area behind me. So stay tuned. I'll walk you through all that, show you what this little 25 horsepower tractor can do. So for those of you new to the channel, this is just an area next to the driveway we like to keep cleaned up. Garden we didn't plant, so I'm going to use the grapple to pull these posts, get rid of the electric fence here. We got a grounding rod I'm going to try to pull up. Don't know how easy that's going to be, but we got a lot of this stuff, concrete rubble that was used as the base of the driveway. See how much we can push it back. And yeah, there's just ultimately there's a stone wall. I've told you this before, but there's a stone wall that runs along there, not too far into the brush, that I'd like to expose and keep cleared. Didn't bring the chainsaw down, so I'm going to see how much of this I can do without leaving the tractor seat. I think a fair amount. Between the grapple and the brush hog, we should be able to put a dent in this. This fencing isn't super expensive, but we really try to reuse it. It's very durable, lasts a long time. It doesn't break nearly as easily as some of the thin stuff. Yeah, I've had a good luck with it. Now I know I could have gotten a strap or a chain and pulled that out probably quicker, but theoretically I didn't need to leave the tractor seat there. Did bend the rod a little bit, but that'll bend back, and yeah, it'll be good to go next time we want to use it. So before we get to the digging and brush removal, we're gonna brush hog this real quick. We got a 5-foot brush hog on the back of that tractor. It's the heavier duty model with the slip clutch. It's just super reliable. I haven't changed the blades on that thing in 4 years. Definitely taken a beating, but you'll still see the finish we get on this. Was about 18 inches of grass right here, but you'll see the finish. I'll put you on a time lapse. Hopefully it's satisfying. Stay tuned. TV timeout. The family came to visit before we get into the thick stuff, so I'll give you a sneak peek of what we'll be doing in there. Hey, those are my gloves. This is mowed down, you should have a better idea of what I'm trying to accomplish here. So in here there's a big stump. Depending on how rotten that is will depend on how successful I am at moving it with the grapple. Here looks like we've got some garbage old carpet and more stumps, more concrete. So I'm going to see if I can flatten this out at all. But one of the easier chores, I think, is going to be getting rid of this grapeviney mess and this scrub here. Like I said, I've gotten a lot more confident in my abilities with this grapple. You saw a little welding project I did early on to kind of firm it up, its connection to the quick attach here, but there's still a tiny bit of play in it, so I just keep an eye on it. And these hydraulic hoses hang down more than I'd like. I keep an eye on that as well, but I have successfully, off camera, done quite a bit of digging with this thing, and I'm impressed. So we'll see what it does for there. Another thing I need to be careful of, this tractor doesn't have a real brush guard yet, just the factory one that, I don't know if I feel good is a exaggeration. It'll stop a log, but it probably won't stop any brush. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put you back on the ROPS, and we'll carefully pick at that. No, looks like I ran over a bunch of wild grapes. Those are pretty squishy. A little dirty. Not terrible. Lots of seeds. I put the tractor in low gear there, and I didn't really struggle to take out that 4-inch pine, so I've got a 4 or 5-incher right here behind me. Let's see if I can get it done a little quicker this time. So this is one of those things where your mileage will vary. You can see there's not a super small tree, but again, white pine, and with our soil conditions, this Grapple, this tractor, we were able to pull up the root balls without much trouble once I put it in low gear. Should have had that from start. I think I'm going to find some more trouble if I were to dig into this yellow birch here. I think I might try on a couple of these smaller ones, see if I have similar results, but they have a very different root system, and I imagine I'll struggle quite a bit more. Alright, I did not film it, but I tried to push over this birch tree, about the same size, maybe even a little smaller, 4 inches or so, and a very different experience. These roots, completely different root system, and yeah, this one's going to be a job for the chainsaw, probably stump grinder, but yeah, happy with what we got so far. Just cleaned a little bit of more mowing. Now I'm going to try and see. The Grapple is not the correct tool for grading. Once this is clearer, get the grapes out of here, I'll try and we're going to poke the stump and then see if we can flatten this out a little bit. So I'm going to come in from there with the Grapple and see what all is in here. All kinds of stuff it looks. Well, if this little experiment doesn't make you want a grapple, I'm not quite sure what will. That was a lot of fun, really enjoyable, but I've ran out of time and got to move on to some more meaningful chores. Like I said, grapple's not for grading, but I moved some big enough stuff that I took the hump out of here between some rocks and a stump. But I'm gonna go grab the bucket next time I have a spare few minutes, grade this out so I can mow it easier, maybe throw some grass down before some rain, and see what happens. Well, as always, thanks again for following along. Continue to push the limits of our little tractor, push the limits of our implements, push the limits of my abilities. So I appreciate you all tagging along. It means a lot to me. So if you got any enjoyment out of it, please consider subscribing, liking this video. It's really starting to feel like fall around here. So the next handful of videos, you're gonna get some nice New England autumn colors if you don't have that where you are. So the first video in a long time. It hasn't been up in the 80s or 90s, so thoroughly enjoying it. Hopefully you are too. Take care. We'll see you at the next one.